Hey YouTube, Mikey here. I've just been thinking about making another sort of vlog for a while about being disabled in Japan. Well, having a disability and living in Japan as a foreigner, whatever you want to call it. Because I did an article for a disability magazine, a UK-based disability magazine called Disability Now. The article was called Tokyo Story. I'll put the link down below there. And some people who read it online kind of commented quite correctly, in my view, that maybe the picture I'd given was perhaps overly optimistic towards disabled people in Japan. And I welcome that critique actually, but I have two thoughts about it. One which I'll explore here a bit, and also say first, coming from Britain, and there's been a lot of changes to the welfare system in Britain recently, as I mentioned in previous sort of vlog. There really is, it isn't much you can complain about in terms of welfare payments about Japan. It really isn't, compared to Britain. So whilst it might seem overly optimistic, what everyone has to remember, I don't know anything about welfare in America, I don't know anything about welfare in most of the world, really, except for some European countries. But I do know about Britain at the moment and about Japan at the moment. And comparing the two is much better. It's a bit of hay fever. But there is, as I said, the criticism is well met that maybe it was a little over optimistic. So I thought I'd do a few videos and talking about the whole process of living in Japan as a disabled person. I thought I'd talk a bit about some of the negative things, and I said I don't want to just simply don't see this as a reversal of position at all. It isn't. It's a continuation. It's the other side. Bear in mind that for some disability magazines in Britain, there is a political need to project a positive image of the disabled person, which can sometimes obscure talking about those negative parts of it, as it were. So today I'm going to, what has become a little irritation for me, and that's that if you go to say a train station, a particular problem sometimes, some local train station, not major ones like JR Shinjuku, Osaka, but local ones absolutely fine. They have good access, good escalators, always an elevator nearby, etc., etc. Osaka monorail, for example, in this regard, is excellent. But occasionally, you come across situations which just seem bizarre, and the key word for me is unnecessary staircases, ultimately. And I'll now try and demonstrate what I mean through the use of video. So, enjoy. So we're in JR Osaka, and I've got something in the way of Exhibit A here. Selection of entirely unnecessary staircases, essentially. I mean, who actually chooses to go on the stairs rather than the slightly out of the way slope, which is easier to walk on, which is over that way, on your side. So yeah, that'd be episode 1 of something we might call Cripple in Kansai. As I said, I'm not going to make these all about negative side, but as I said, because it's an answer to certain comments and constructive criticism from that article, yeah, some of them are going to be about how it is difficult. I said that those small staircases just goes about 5 steps up. It's very difficult for me, basically having no left ankle, to go up them, or down's worse, but up is also difficult. And it does seem to be entirely unnecessary. I mean, there's a slope you can go on, but it only goes one direction and the other way. So it takes longer to get to the same place. And then call that barrier-free. No, barrier-free would be no staircases whatsoever. That's doable, you just make more elevators. So it's interesting. And as I said, it's not whilst I might call this stuff couple in Kansai, it's not Kansai specific. I'd say the same of any major train station, as in not the local ones. They're usually quite good. Although a further problem is that for some reason the part where people with wheelchairs get onto the actual train, the part they're meant to wait, is nearly always on the opposite side from the elevator. That it just seems like unnecessary energy if you're in a wheelchair. I'm actually never in a wheelchair, but maybe one day. So, cheers for watching, and I'll leave you a bit of the Grand Front Osaka building, which is quite amazing.